It's quite an issue when just about everybody's brain is a little bit ahead of themselves. And I don't mean just a little bit, I mean quite a lot. From the time you were born until the time someone, say you're 20 years old or 15 years old or 70 years old, and someone brings reality to your face and says, what is Earth itself? You've never heard this before because nobody actually was there to invent it in all the letters and can actually put things very simple. Because what you think you are here on Earth is, let's just take the word ear plus H. And H is two lines with a line in the center, which means between here and here, there's something, everything in between here and here. That's H. T is a plus symbol. In ear, the word ear, what you think you are and you tell people, that goes into your ear, that's what you believe you are, and that's what you think you are. So it's ear and think, earth. So what you think you are, from what other people told you, your family members told you you were their family member, so you think you're their family member before you even had the chance to do anything else. You're everybody's family member, not just theirs. Yes, you may have came from there, but that's one little detail that is hard to wrap your mind around. But then move forward. Who are all your family members? Who are all the people you meet and your friends? First, they're what you see of them, what your senses pick up, and what they tell you about themselves. So your ear catches what you think they are, and your experience tells you what you think they are with what you add to between here and here about that person. What is the Earth itself? It's what you think in your head, or what you've heard about it, or what you've gathered through your senses, plus between here and here, and the line in between, which is you, everything that you've ever experienced. The H, like the H is basically two lines with a line in between. You have to get this, because if you don't get it, I know it sounds simple, but if you never get this, you will think you have a big brain and just be the biggest doofus there is, because you're not using your brain rightly. You're being told instead of understanding for yourself. I'm only telling you because it's the best way to word it, not because I'm trying to convince you of a different way to be the way it's always been. You only think the people that are your friends because they've done certain things that you agree with, and you like it. Basically, that's what you've heard them say they do. Have you ever seen a friend do something you don't like when you didn't expect it? And you're like, boy, if I knew my friend did this more often, I probably wouldn't have been their friend at first. But now I like them and I can accept that. I'm sure you have. Everyone has. Your friends aren't who you think they are. Your family isn't who you think they are. You know 1% of yourself. So how much do you think you know of other people? Not much. Just what they tell you. Just what your ear catches and what you add to your hear story about them. The Earth is exactly that. It's earth. It's what you think. It's what you hear and what you think about it. That's what it is. So it's really hard to get that into people's minds who are thinking about science and quantum physics and da-da-da-da, things that do not matter whatsoever. In fact, there are people thinking way too adversely. They're using their one individual mind like it's going to do something for people, and it's not. It's going to hinder us. It's going to cause us to put effort toward things that make no sense, that aren't our natural ability. We have tons of abilities that we do have if we exert them in certain ways. Every natural ability could be, but it didn't just come that way. We had to train them. And the way to train them is to not do it through physical effort, is to do it through mental effort. Yes, you think and then you act upon your thoughts, but when you know the thoughts are contaminating, destroying, and harming the environment and life around you, then you really think again. When you start thinking about bombing a fucking planet, you're just fucking stupid. When you really think that charging other people to live where you live, charging other people to have a spiritual experience of existing, and charging them for it, and causing them and saying they have requirements for it, is the stupidest thing we ever could have done and ever could allow to keep happening. And it's what we've always done. So therefore, it's really hard to get this through people's heads when they're that stuck. And when you really make sense, they don't get it. Because instead of common sense, I would say it's more like, come on, use your sense. Feel it out and know for sure, because it's not too hard when you really just think and you really use your brain. So I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm trying to bring people up. And the only way I can do that is with their want to and with their assistance. You can only be helped if you want to be helped. You can only be the best you can be if you even try. You can't be anything if you sit around and do shit. You can't be anybody if you tell someone else who you are. Then you're just their program. And I don't want to be in a world full of that. I know what most people don't either, and they don't know what to do about it. But first we start by gathering together in places where we start to understand these things, and we start to work on them. Till next time.